I'm Bleeding Critic. Welcome to Scary Stories UK. I know you're dead by date. Here I am in a cafe, stuffed, fully loaded, and mentally exhausted. Too much traffic in my head. Here I am drinking a cup of tea and people watching. It's fascinating just observing everyone. Outside I've already seen several small, very old men driving new, big fancy cars that are far too powerful for their little skeletons to control. Their eyesight has deteriorated and their reaction time's slower. You know what, if they took a driving test, they'll be banned. On the table in front of me, I see a couple of old ladies chatting away and one gets up. I've looked away, but I'm drawn to look again as the lady left alone is talking away to an empty chair. She's chatting away to herself, and then I notice she stops as if she's been interrupted, like she's having an actual conversation with someone invisible. I presume the poor old woman has mental health issues and the other lady that's just popped off to the toilet is her carer. I blink a couple of times to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing, just to make sure, and yep, this woman is talking to herself alright. And then I see a quick flicker, like a glitch, of who she's actually talking to. It's a young boy, a teenager with his forehead missing, as if his skull smashed into concrete like a car crash victim. He's smiling and listening to the old woman talk away. The flicker lasted seconds. What the hell just happened? The other lady returns. This time I notice her carer's badge. I want to leave the cafe, but I can't move. My body is shaking due to the adrenaline kicking in. I ask the carer if she is a carer. Yeah, why ask a question when I already know the answer to? Well, I'm just making small talk, aren't I? I am, she says, but I'm not a carer in the usual way. This is Vivian. Her fragile husband passed and her boy is all grown up. Thankfully, he fled the cold-hearted nest. She has a large family, but Vivian here was so rude throughout her life, a real user of people. No one wanted to be associated with her. She would walk into her room and people would make excuses and leave because of the unpleasant vibe she gave off. Not a nice person, emotionally barren. Apart, of course, from being a good mum, she is a pretty useless person. But now karma has reared its ugly head and come to collect, all right. And right now she's negotiating with a demon when it will be her dead by date. You have a talent, she said to me. You also have that rare ability to see death negotiators. Demons who help the living decide the best exit options. Take a look outside. So I look out the window, right, and I see a young skinny woman who is chatting away to no one, and I look harder and I see exactly who she's talking to. It's a younger woman with an arm missing, as if she's been involved in a horrific accident operating large machinery. The carer continued. Yes, that lady is Karen. She was once obese, so obese and old-looking people thought her husband was her son, but she wanted to lose weight the quickest way possible. And that she-demon there has been mentoring her to lose all that weight, and in return, once she reaches her goal, the demon can eat her. And looking at how thin she is now, it'll be any moment. You see, Karen is only interested in her looks now, and she's prepared to sacrifice her life to be slim, even for a short while. Then right before my very eyes it happened. The one-armed demon woman suddenly launched herself into Karen and started to eat away at her face. I witnessed the whole gruesome assault. The demon ate everything. Nothing was left of poor skinny Karen. I just sat in silence. This ain't no dream. A few moments passed. The carer on the next table with Vivian looked uncomfortable, as if she saw someone behind me she doesn't want to talk to. She got up, and just before she left the cafe, she looked at me and said, "If you think you've managed to embrace your demons, think again. You haven't met the one that's watching you right now. Save yourself. Become a carer like me and you'll live." Whatever was freaking her out was behind me. I turned and there was my death negotiator. Wow, she was stunning. Apart from the fact she had no eyes, they were stitched up, and then I watched her pull the skin down under her eyes, snapping the stitching apart. Her eyes opened. They're just black like I've seen in horror movies about possession. She sat down at my table staring at me, and she smiled. She began to talk. "Your heart is tired, your soul is exhausted. You've reached another dead end, but this time you don't have the strength to pick yourself up. No more chances. No more crazy ideas. This is the end. My name is Dabria, an angel of death." In that silent moment, I grabbed the opportunity to say something. "I want to become a carer." And then she responded, "There's plenty of carers." "Okay," I said, "I hear ya. Then I want to take shit onto the next level. I want to be a negotiator. I want to inform people when their dead by date is. I want to be your accomplice. Me, being a death negotiator, will save you so much time. You delay my dead by date and I'll work with ya." "I agree," she said. Well, that was stressful. She's just explained to me what I have to do. I've had my training to be a death negotiator, and she wanted me to start straight away, so here goes. You listening now, I know you're dead by date. It'll be in 13 days' time. Now, for you to know the actual time your heart will stop pumping, take your age and add it to the time right now. So if you're listening to my voice at midnight and you're 30 years young, your death will take place at 12:30 a.m. Now, I'm your death negotiator. So if you'd like to convince me why I should delay your dead by date, you've just got 13 days left to reach out to me. I'm Bleeding Critic. Book me here on Cameo if you'd like me to create a special video message for one of your friends or enemies. You might request a happy birthday, or to let them know I'll have the starring role in their nightmares. In the meantime, please don't panic if your screen starts to bleed.